Me, I used to live in Cleveland, Ohio. Then I saw the light, and in the mid '70s in a huge snowstorm, probably before a lot of you guys were born. I moved down to Florida. My first profession, actually I was an optometrist. Had a practice in Mayfield Heights, lived in University Heights, and I was really fortunate to pass my state board for the first time in Florida. So I moved down to Florida, and then I decided I needed to change careers. So I went to naturopathic school in New Jersey, still living in Florida, and I started writing books. And 20-some years later, I've written like 40 different books, several bestsellers. And my recent book is A Guide Through the Gluten-Free World, which I have some copies back over there. And when I was writing this book at the beginning of the year, this is when Greg was starting to introduce me to some of the FitLine products, because he and I had a relationship from his previous company. And I said, okay, this is going to be another B2 product. Let me take a look at this. And I've given lectures at health food stores teaching people how to read supplements, how to read the ingredients, what's in the ingredients, what's in the, where they say other ingredients, what's listed in that. So I looked at it and I said, okay, they look pretty clean. Yeah, the vitamins, synergistically are connected with each other, and that's important. Minerals, minerals need to be combined. Okay, aminos, I love aminos, and okay, it's a good combination. So I said, I don't see where it says other ingredients. He said, we don't have any fillers or additives or preservatives, and they're all gluten-free. And all the herbs and all the plants that are made with the different supplements are all organically grown. We're talking about organic minerals in the restaurant, not inorganic minerals. Not colloidal minerals, not coming from rocks or stones. They're all non-GMO. They're all natural. Okay, now you got me a little more curious, and you got me a little excited. Here comes the but. I've always talked about how the nutrients that we take in through our foods and or through our supplements to be totally absorbed on a cellular level. So Greg says, NTC. What's that? This nutrient transport concept. I need to know a little more information about it. And the more we started talking, then I had an opportunity to talk to Dr. Kuhn in Germany, yay for email and Skype. And I got to learn about how this works. I go, hey, this makes sense. Because I know through my history of writing and practicing and talking to people and consulting that nutrients need to be absorbed in the small intestines. And if those babies are not healthy, it doesn't make a difference. Like Michael said, you can take a gazillion milligrams of whatever and barely get anything absorbed. And that's one of the biggest problems when people are taking supplements. And a lot of times they don't even know why they're taking supplements, because their next door neighbor, sister, aunt down the road said to take these. And they're taking them, and I feel better a little bit, but it's not helping at all. So fast forward, when I wrote the book on gluten-free, I said, okay, this is great. Because whenever I write a book and I go through my recommendations in my resource directory, I'm very picky on what companies I'm going to recommend. And I have the FitLine products in there. And they just fit perfectly. So Mike, like me, push what button?
That'd be to the right.
To the right?
Yeah.
This one?
Correct.
Thanks, Mike. I love that he's always watching my back. I have to be careful though, but sometimes it hurts. Anyway, this is with the NTC. So let's go forward a little bit. Am I going the right way?
Yeah, we can pass through those. Those are just some testimonials.
Anybody want to look at Caroline for a second? That's it. Actually, a friend of mine, I'll give you a quick, she's the player representative for WTA. She lives down in St. Pete, and she's been taking FitLine products, and she whispers and tells me how some of the other players are taking FitLine products. But a lot of times these guys sign a big thing for sponsorship, and they can't advocate, but yet they take it themselves.
There you go, my friend.
Okay. So this is the first product, basically, like Mike was saying. This is such a great product because little guys can take it, and old guys like me can take it. Anybody can take it. And somebody will say, well, I'm type 2 diabetic, has sugar in it. Well, that's okay, because the sugar source is called beetroot. And beetroot actually, in my opinion, is much more healthier than stevia. And so type 2 diabetics can take C vitamin, they also can take B. It has the formula of vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, and trace mineral called selenium. Way back in the 60s, a company came out with probably the best multivitamin product in the market. It was called ACES, A-C-E-N-S. And I said, wow, so fast forward, I'm looking at the basic over here, and I go, they brought back that formula because that's such a perfect combination. Because synergistically, they work together. Vitamin E works best when there's the trace mineral called selenium combined. So now we have the potency of the vitamin E working with selenium, and of course the vitamin C and vitamin A. Then I looked at, and they have probiotics, which is our acidophilus, helping with the colon, bringing that friendly bacteria back into balance. It has inulin, which is a prebiotic, which helps set up the digestive and the colon system. And it has the various forms of digestive enzymes. And again, I wanted to put this organically grown. And I only know of one company that makes digestive enzymes that are organically grown. If you don't believe that, go to your local health food store, pick out a bottle of enzymes, digestive enzymes, plant digestive enzymes, not animal. Ask the pill guy there, if he knows or she knows, probably they won't. Ask, find out, and they'll probably say, no, these are not from organically grown plants. So we have the digestive enzymes, we have the pre and probiotics, which raises and keeps the friendly bacteria healthy. We have the various different forms of vitamins. And then we have a great source of fiber. With the new form of basics, which now is in the sachet, they've done something which I'm really glad because I had a TV talk show out of LA, California. I've lived in a lot of different places, so I have to keep up with me. I moved from Florida to South Carolina to Cape Cod to New Mexico for a number of years. I've been in California. They just came back from California about 4.5 years ago. And I had a very dear friend of mine that wrote a book on curcumin. Now, curcumin has been added as one of the other minor ingredients. If you look at your basic container, which you don't have anymore, but out in the packets. Curcumin, when I say curcumin, do people know what I'm talking about? Okay, so backwards. You've heard the word turmeric? Okay, work backwards. You've heard the word curry? Okay. So curcumin is the main ingredient of curry. Okay. Another great example is, and I'll teach you guys this little trick too. You guys have heard of saw palmetto? Mm-hmm. When you live in Florida, it grows all over the place. You can cut down a tree and saw palmetto. So companies will come out with a product for saw palmetto that helps with the prostate. Problem is, you'd have to take a lot of saw palmetto to get the basic ingredient called beta-sitosterol. Beta-sitosterol is the main ingredient. So when you're looking for something for your prostate, you can find beta-sitosterol. So now I'm going to switch you over to the curcumin. So we can pour tons of curry powder, or we can buy a container of turmeric, or we can buy curcumin, which you can get at the health food store. So here's a little trivia on this one. Curcumin needs a carrier. And there are companies out there that sell supplements of curcumin that does not have a carrier. A carrier is something that brings it into the cell. Some companies use what we call bioperine or black pepper. Now, I'm going to throw in now why and how the NTC product works. Because the nutrient transport carrier, NTC, carries these nutrients that were taken in the FitLine products into the cell. It's now going to take this curcumin, which is so important. And by the way, curcumin is probably one of the best, beside omega-3s, one of the best anti-inflammatory products to take. So this is added with the basics. No extra charge for that. Now we have a carrier to bring it into the body. And when I say anti-inflammatory, anything that people have arthritis, the itis means inflammation. Arthritis, inflammation, hepatitis, inflammation of the liver, go on and on with all the itises. And what this does, it's an anti-inflammatory, and it helps ease that pain, ease that fire that's in the body. I think the next one, actually, can you help me?
Sure.
I want to show where it shows the villi in the small intestine, because I'm going to give you the secret. You can only share it with your downline people.
Wait a minute, this is going over the products.
That's not until the training. You don't have it until the training.
Right?
That's in the other,
That's in the training PowerPoint?
yeah, it's a different PowerPoint.
So am I not to, or I, okay. Impromptu?
We're gonna cover that after this.
There's gonna be a part two of Dr. Piper
Oh, there's a
following the
part two.
There's a part two.
Oh,
Catherine
you guys,
is-
okay,
Save the good stuff for
General
later.
overview.
general overview.
Yeah.
All right, I got carried away. I'm not gonna tell you the secret. You guys are gonna have to come back. Okay, we'll go on to the active ice. The active ice is a combination of B complexes. Okay, it has the niacin, which if you've ever had a niacin flush, that opens up the capillaries and lets a lot of the blood cells, red blood cells flow more. Okay, so there's more oxygen in the body. You know, for a lot of people, they focus on the tiredness and because B complex is really good for the nervous system. But it's also great for the memory and for concentration. I prefer, I'm going to put my own little plug in this, the power cocktail. I love the combination of the basic and the active ice. As I told the group here last time, I'm a sensitive flower, and the niacin in the active ice for me is too much. Everybody's different. But I love the amount of the niacin that's in the power cocktail. So I'm still getting the same ingredients in the basic, and yet I'm going to get a little bit less niacin in the active ice. So for me, the power cocktail is a perfect way to start off the morning. And that's what I just talked about. Power cocktail. It's great thing with these little packages that we can laughing at. That we can travel and we can take this, and I can take this to the gym, or I can take it first thing in the morning. I can combine it. The Restorate, I love minerals, okay, and I've been called the Mr. Electrolyte guy because I've written books on electrolytes, and I've written on trace minerals, and you name it, I've written it. So you have to come up with something new so I can write another book. But I love Restorate. There's so much confusion out, you know, how much calcium, how much magnesium do I need to take? You know, one doctor will say you need to take 2,000 milligrams of calcium, and there's products that sell calcium without magnesium. Calcium needs magnesium for it to work. It also needs vitamin D3. It needs a good combination of various different things. This is such a simple little product to take. Remember some stuff beside what Mike told you. Minerals on an empty stomach, vitamins in a full stomach. And the Restorate. Great for fatigue, the magnesium relaxes the nervous system, people sleep better. It's going to create that pH alkalinity, which is another book that I wrote about, acid alkalinity. We want to keep a nice pH balance in the body. The ProShape amino acids is probably combined of what I call the BCAAs, the branched chain amino acids, right perfect proportion. There's a certain ratio that needs to be, and these guys have done it right down to minute. Going back to the ProShape amino acids very quickly, because
How can you speak with them
cheap
afterwards?
labor, you know, you call
I'll
it
speak with you afterwards.
$1 a day labor or something like that. Very quickly, what I love about this too is more is not better. There's so much confusion out there how much BCAAs to take. And because we're dealing with the NTC process, we can take less and get the total absorption. Heart Fuel, I'm a huge believer of omega-3s, the CoQ10, vitamin E, a great combination. Heart History, that's a perfect product to take. Perfect product, because it's all in balance. And then I'll explain a little bit how the NTC works with the oil. The beauty line is...
With that, I want to thank Dr. Howard Pieper for his overview on